it's Christy Pushki with GroceryGeek.com and CompletelyNourished.com, bringing you another great recipe today. I've shown you how to make mayonnaise before, but that was using a raw farm fresh egg, and today I'm going to show you a different way to make it without having to use an egg at all. So if you're wigged out about raw eggs, or you don't have a way to get farm fresh eggs, or maybe you're vegan and you don't even use eggs, you'll want to substitute the sweetener in this recipe if you're vegan, but other than that, it takes care of the egg issue for you. So what you're going to need is 3/4 of a cup of grapeseed oil, and I've got that already measured here. I like to use an immersion blender for making mayonnaise, like I've told you before. It's a lot easier than drizzling the oil in drop by drop into a regular blender, but we'll get to that. Alright, so 3/4 of a cup grapeseed oil, or an oil of your choice. We often use olive oil, in which case we up the amount of honey in this recipe, just because to get rid of some of the bitterness of the olive oil compared to the grapeseed. So today I'm using 3/4 cup grapeseed oil, and then instead of the egg, we're going to use a tablespoon of ground up flax seeds. So I've got some flax seeds here, some golden flax seeds, but I also have some that I've already pre-ground using my Vitamix. Maybe any blender would work, I'm not sure, or a coffee grinder would work great. So this is already ground up into a powder. I'm going to use, you can also buy it like this, already ground up. I'm going to use a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. And this is going to help the mayonnaise bind together. Actually, I find that it works even better than eggs. Well, it's more foolproof, I should say. Then 3 tablespoons of water, a tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar. This is Bragg brand, but there's another brand or two on the market that you could use. I think Spectrum maybe makes one. So a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground up mustard powder. It's just ground mustard powder. 1/2 teaspoon. My husband's trimming the lawn, so pardon the noise. It's a great weather here and we have the windows open. Yay! A teaspoon of raw honey is the sweetener that I use, but again, for a vegan recipe, you could substitute that out, or if you just like a different sweetener besides honey. With the grapeseed oil, you might even be able to try getting away without any sweetener, but I haven't tried it. Alright, so that's it. That's all you need to make mayonnaise. And this is going to make about a cup of mayonnaise. The other great thing about not using an egg is that this is going to be less perishable, because all that's in here is everything that I just showed you. Nothing is perishable as an egg. So just stick your immersion blender right down in here. This is a Cuisinart, but I'm sure there's other great brands. This is just the one that I happened to get a good deal on, and it came with these little measuring cups, which is great for mixing it up right in here. So scooch a little closer, maybe you can see. Just begin by pulsing it, just kind of letting the oil get down into the mix bit by bit. I know with the egg, if you go too quickly, you're going to end up with an egg smoothie instead of mayonnaise. And I haven't had the nerve to try going fast with the flax meal. It'd be great if it would work. It would save a lot of time and effort, but I'll have to get back to you on that. So you can see, as I pulse it, it kind of drags some of the oil down in there. Reach a point where no more oil is really getting down in there, and then you'll need to kind of lift the stick blender up and down. And that gets the last bit of oil in there. Now when you use the grapeseed oil, you're going to get a bit of a green hue to your mayonnaise, so if that bothers you, you might want to opt for a different oil. You can see it's pretty thick stuff. Kind of the consistency of pudding, or mayonnaise, of course. But it's not runny, is what I'm trying to tell you. Scoop this out of here. I'll try and show you. All right, see that? Thick and delicious. Now, that makes about a cup of mayonnaise. We like to, for many things, I mean, if we're just using this for egg salad or something, we leave it plain like this, but we like to use it for all sorts of different things, and we like to use a Chipotle powder twist. This is organic Frontier brand Chipotle powder. It's just dried, smoked jalapenos ground up into a powder, and you'd want to put this in there to taste. It's kind of spicy, but for this amount of mayonnaise, we like 3/4 of a teaspoon of Chipotle powder. And this is really great on burgers or with chicken. It's a nice smoky flavor. So you can just stir that in there. It also gets rid of the green hue after it sits in the fridge for a while because it kind of turns orange from this Chipotle powder. Well, anyways, there you have it. You can make a plain mayonnaise or you can make it seasoned to your taste for different uses. But that is flax meal mayonnaise, not using any eggs. Check out grocerygeek.com and completelynourished.com for more great recipes and natural living tips.